Hello, this is Michael Biggs with a word of hope. I want to talk today about a broken spirit. I'm going to hold a photo up and then I want to read the caption to you. When the milk is splattered all over the floor and those little eyes are looking at you for your reaction, remember what really matters. It takes 5 minutes to clean up spilled milk. It takes much longer to clean up a broken spirit. This photo speaks to me on many levels. The last line says it well. It takes 5 minutes to clean up spilled milk. It takes much longer to clean up a broken spirit. After 6 years of blogging and speaking, I know that a lot of people that read my blogs have broken spirits. And I can relate, for I too am a recovering broken-spirited one. On too many occasions, I have received a rebuke for my clumsiness. I was expected to be perfect, to walk perfectly, to talk perfectly, to sit perfectly. Anytime I would fumble or fall or step out of line or violate any other invisible infraction of which I knew nothing of, I would get a rebuke. So for all of us with a broken spirit and bruised lives, where is hope? Part of our hope is found in some really fine books. Other places to go to are reasonable adults, therapists, professionals who will guide us to more level ground on which to rebuild our fractured lives. The part you're not going to appreciate is sometimes we have to dig out our own hope from whatever we can piece together from the shards of our everyday life. We may find bits and pieces in our reading material, our friendships, our therapist, and even our God experience. I add this last one very cautiously, for sometimes the very people who claim to speak for God are some of the worst abusers of the breaking the spirit crowd. Please listen very carefully to my next words, for I don't want to be misunderstood. I have a personal relationship with God. I know where I stand with my Heavenly Father, and I enjoy His abiding presence. I've been exposed to multiple religious slants, all attempting to interpret God's wish for how we should conduct our lives. I find many of these harsh and graceless. These teachers, preachers leave most of us in the audience living with fear and guilt and shame and living with a broken spirit, much like the little girl in the photo. What I have found helpful is this. I have a few select Bible verses that I continually turn to that give me great comfort. And I have a few affirmations that I resort to when the old recordings start haunting my mind. Recently, I read a book called The 4 Things That Matter Most. It talks about 4 phrases that we need to be saying to those especially close to us. Please forgive me. I forgive you. Thank you. I love you. A broken-spirited person desperately needs to hear some of these phrases, for their biggest problem is they fear they are of no value. They have no worth, and there is nothing much of value that they can offer to anyone. And that breaks my heart. Besides my own very personal Bible verses, I've added to my life a few affirmations such as I approve of myself. I am a worthwhile human being. I am not my failures. These phrases are not magic elixirs. They have no special magic, for as surely as I gravitate to these phrases, you would select other phrases for your own life and your own circumstance. The point is this: you must find what works for you and the people who speak to your own heart, and above all, begin repairing your own broken spirit today. I've poured out my heart to God on many occasions, and I've done it through prayer, and I've done it through something called Morning Pages, which is an idea from Julia Cameron's book, The Artist Way. A partial list of some of the authors that have helped me are Brennan Manning, Philip Yancey, Brene Brown, Henry Nouwen's book, The Return of the Prodigal, and so many others. I hesitate to list a lot of books because I want you to find your own books. I don't want you to adopt my list. You see, it's the digging for oneself that is the important principle here. We have to do the hard work. We find what works for us as individuals. Bottom line, a broken spirit can be repaired. It can be healed. And God stands ready to help you. I will be praying for you. This is a word of hope from pmichaelbiggs.com.